Hey everybody, it's Chris. I am in front of Bucks Motorsports in Akron, New York for a service appointment. I'm here today for multiple issues. I think the major issues will be resolved today, I'm hoping. So if you haven't been following along, I just got back from a 4,000-mile trip to Florida. While I was in Florida, the Spyder had a rock hit the radiator, and I had a local dealer in Jacksonville, Florida, Ride Now Power Sports, repair the radiator. It was a whole big mess. I had to fly home to Niagara Falls and then fly back to pick the Spyder up. Rode the Spyder from Jacksonville, Florida to Providence, Rhode Island over a period of 3 days with multiple stops for gas and restroom breaks and all the rest of it. Was in Providence, Rhode Island for about a week for the Easter holiday. So after the Easter holiday was over, I rode back home 460 miles or so to Niagara Falls, New York. No issues whatsoever on that ride home with, again, multiple stops for gas ups and all the rest of it. I get into my garage, I turn the key off, the fans come on, and they don't stop. So after calling my dealer and posting a short on YouTube and fiddling with the owner's manual and all the rest of it, I eventually pulled a relay. That shut the fans down. If I put that relay back in, the fans came right back on. So I've got a cooling fan issue that I need resolved, because either I'm going to ride around without cooling fans, which wouldn't be good, or I'm going to wear down my battery because those cooling fans are never going to shut down, or I'm going to have to pull that relay out every time I want to shut down, and I don't want to mess with that. So I'm here today for what I'd call an emergency appointment to fix the fans. But beyond the fans, I need a regular service appointment at some point soon. I'm at 18,000 miles. My last regular service was at 10,000 miles. I think there's some dispute, at least in my head, over when the proper service appointment should be held. There's a 3,000 mile service, then there's a 9,000 mile service, and another 9,000 mile service. And I think I had the first service at 10,000 miles, which isn't really the first service because the break-in service is at 3,000 miles. Anyway, it's real confusing. Whether I need it or not, I'm going to have a service appointment done real soon at 18,000 miles. For that service, I also have some fault codes. So there's a suspension fault that's been ongoing for the last 4,000 miles. It popped up on my first day of my Florida trip. I don't even think I made it through Pennsylvania when that fault code popped up. I get to Bucks Motorsports this morning, I pull up the fault codes before I shut down, and there was a different fault code than the suspension fault code that's been ongoing for the past 4,000 miles. So those fault codes are C21E1, that's been the suspension fault for the past 4,000 miles, and then just this morning I had fault code C210A. So we've got a bunch of issues. Another issue that may be related to all of this is when I was here at Bucks Motorsports for my New York State inspection 4,000 miles ago, they told me my battery was at 70% charge. In fact, some of you commented when I mentioned that for one of my videos after that appointment. You said before you go on the Florida trip, you should have the battery changed. I did not have the battery changed, and for 4,000 miles it was fine. But part of me wonders if the battery is somewhat part of the problem with some of these electrical issues. I will say that I put this on another video, a short video. I've got the Haiju, H-A-I-J-I-U battery, not a Yausa, however that's pronounced, Y-A-U-S-A battery. And some of you have commented, and I've read in the forums, that those Chinese batteries are not the same quality as the Yausa, which I believe are Japanese made. So I'm going to have them put a new battery in. They don't have a Yausa, however it's pronounced, but they do have a Drag Specialties, and from what little research I've done, that Drag Specialty battery seems to be a good brand. So I'm going to have that replaced today. So I just got here. They're going to get to work on the machine shortly, and when I know more, you'll know more. This video will be inserted into a lineup of already scheduled videos. I'm shooting this on a Thursday, the day of my appointment, and I'm going to schedule it for the next day, Friday. And so you'll be seeing this, and then you might see another video where there are no problems related to the Spyder. Just bear with me on how I'm scheduling these. I know it probably may not be perfect in terms of the sequencing, but I want to get you the information that I think you want on a timely basis, Okay, we're home. So they diagnosed the issue very, very quickly, and they made it clear that they think they have diagnosed the issue correctly. So I brought the motorcycle in at 9 a.m. They took it in at 9:30. At 11 o'clock, they think they figured it out. What they did was they took the relay that I removed when I pulled into the dealership, so the fans would shut down when I shut the Spyder down, and they took the same relay from another Spyder that was on the showroom. They plugged it in, no fans. So they think it's that relay. I just happened to pick the right out of the three relays, even though I pulled out on different occasions 2 different relays, and both of them stopped the problem. And then when I plugged the relays back in, the fans kicked back on. They seem to think that it was a relay or a relay connection or something. So anyway, they ordered another relay. Now I know you're thinking, well, wait a minute, you can get a relay anywhere. Yeah, you can, but this, I believe, is going to be a warranty issue, and they told me that it wouldn't be covered if I went to AutoZone and got a relay from them, even though I could do that. I will tell you that they put in the new battery, and they said that they think that the new battery might eliminate the fault code issues, because sometimes when the batteries get low, and I've seen this on the forums, I've seen this on a YouTube video or two, that the electronics on these things get a little wonky, but it didn't stop the fault codes. I was 3 miles out of the dealership and a fault code popped up. So they ordered the relay. It's going to take a few days to come in, which means I'm riding around either without the fans, if I'm just doing a short run when the engine's going to stay cold, in which case I leave the relay out, or if I'm going to be riding, I'm not doing any pleasure riding right now until I get this resolved, but if I have to ride to a meeting 20 miles away in hot weather, it's not hot weather right now, but that could change. It's May 1st today that I'm shooting this. Then what I do is I start the Spyder up, I plug in the relay, the fans come on, I ride to my destination before I shut down, I pull the relay out. It's a pain in the neck to pull those out. If you've done it, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I've got an appointment for next Thursday. They told me if the relay comes in much earlier than that, they'll call me and I'll try to get there as soon as possible. But until now and next Thursday, I'm just doing short runs on the Spyder, either without the fans or with going through the process that I just referenced. Regarding the fault codes, when I go back to them, I will explain to them that the fault codes are still an issue. I'm bringing the Spyder back not just for the relay, but for them to do it'll be 18,000 miles. I want them to do a service on it. The last service was done at 10,000 miles. Whether that was too soon or not, that's water under the bridge. They'll do the service that normally you do at 9,300 miles. 8,000 is close enough. For all the issues I've got going on, I wouldn't mind them going through the Spyder and changing the oil and all the rest of it. Regarding the cost of the battery and the cost of all of this other stuff, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a short video. And again, a short by YouTube standards is less than 60 seconds. I'll do a short video next week after I have all this done. I'll explain to you how much it costs, and we'll go from there. Thanks so much for bearing with me. This video went on way longer than I thought it would, but I want to make sure I'm explaining these things as best as I can. And until the next video, which will have nothing to do with this video whatsoever. And by the way, the next video is going to be about what's it like to go for over a year without a car. Until that video, thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe if you don't already subscribe. Until the next video, have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.